Cast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi all, Ron here at AbleTrend. We'll take a look at the AbleTrend signals, and the software is going to works equally well for all different markets. So let's just take a quick look at some different markets because everybody uses AbleTrend for something different. Weekly, monthly charts, I like them a lot myself, and I use them, and I find them really, really good for like long-term position, retirement accounts. I like ETFs, stocks, whatever you like. Doesn't matter. One thing isn't better than another. It's just whatever you like. But I mean, this is MasterCard. It's in pretty much everybody's mutual funds. It's a very highly popular stock. I mean, and you use it the same way. This is weekly, monthly. Oh, there's dots here instead of X's. That's easy enough to fix. We'll just make them X's. Crosses. I call it crosses. So you've got blue bar, blue dot, blue X, and I mean, imagine buying it at 220 and you're at 309. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. And then like for retirement accounts, which you don't go short, strictly for longs, these are places where you add to the position, regardless of the color of the bar, and just add to the rate, add at support, add at weekly support. And because again, this is more, these aren't markets that you trade. This is like for, retirement accounts and all. You're just basically just adding to those positions, buy and hold. I mean, those are great. Those are great places to add. Again, this is a weekly, monthly. It's not a daily, but a weekly, monthly. So you get one bar per week. And then the X's come in once a month. Again, for long-term positions. Great for retirement accounts. And just add. Every time it pulls back to the support, those are great places to add. Ian, where can you learn more about sweet spots? This is strictly, sweet spot is easy. I mean, there's really not much to really learn. It's just, a sweet spot is a pullback back down to the blue dots. Let me find a better one for you here. The sweet spots are generally or more pronounced in the intraday charts. However, sweet spot is a pullback down to the blue dot, and then when the bar goes from green back to blue again, like right here, that would be a sweet spot. And up and away it went from there. So really, that's all it is. It's kind of easy. It's just a pullback. When the prices come back down to the blue dots, the bar will just about always be green. And then when green, which means sideways, go back to blue, now the algorithm is saying when it turns blue, doesn't necessarily mean that the price is higher, which it usually is. It just means that the algorithm's calculations are favoring it to go higher. So obviously, you want to buy on blue because that means you have the odds in your favor. Cheryl, how often does the daily chart update? Well, daily chart means daily, once per day. I mean, during the day, it might change. Obviously, the same way in the middle of a 1 minute bar, the colors change. But once the day is over at 4 o'clock Eastern, it's final. It'll never change again. The same way once a 1 minute bar is final, it'll never change again. So the daily closes at 4 o'clock Eastern. Like a 1 hour bar closes at after 1 hour. 5 minute bar closes after 5 minutes. It may update during the day if there's a lot of movement. It'd have to be a lot of movement for it to change. But what data feed are you using? If you're using Infinity, it will update. Yeah, it's updating during the day. It's just not, very rarely does it change unless there's a big dramatic move, because it doesn't care about any small little intraday move. It's not a 1 minute or a 3 minute chart. It's a daily chart. It's looking at the much bigger picture. But if you have any issues with that, of course, you could call tech support on that. This is Facebook. This is a 1 hour, 2 hour daily. And as you can see here, I mean, really, really excellent triple confirmation signal there. There's your weekly, there's your daily. This is a 2 hour. Anybody say trading options or swing trading Facebook, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, 5 trading days ago, nice, which is on was on January 2nd, week ago. Buy signal at 210, 218 today, still in it, looking good. You can even use the X's, which is the daily support points. By the way, these blue dots, they block the prices from going lower. It means there's a nice wall there, nice protective wall there to stop it from going lower. The blue dot and the blue X's are your daily support points. So you can even use those for your stop losses. Or give it a little more room to breathe. Perfectly fine. Scott says Infinity only has futures, so Able is the stock feed. Yeah, Scott, Infinity is futures, but we have attached our stock data, 15-minute delayed. So, but it's perfect for daily and weekly charts. We've attached that, so you'll get stock quotes. You'll get stock quotes even with Infinity because we've attached our stock data to it. Ian's asking, does volume, are the prices shown the bid or offer price? Neither. It's the prices shown are always the last price. It's the same way if you in your broker, TD Ameritrade or whatever you use. It's always the same. There's a bid, there's an ask, and there's a last. And any price you go, like you're on CNBC, you see the prices go, that's the last price. John wants a swing trade of ES. So unpopular, John. I mean, just nobody ever does. It's so difficult to do that. But you can put a 30-minute, 90-minute, or you can put a 1 hour, 3 hour. I'd have to make that whole chart up. I don't have one of those available because it's not something that I don't think I've ever even looked at. There's just so much risk in swing trading, but you certainly can do that yourself, sir. You can just make a 30-90 chart, or a 1 hour, 3 hour chart, whatever you like. I'd have to sit here and make it up, and I don't want to keep everybody in the room waiting. But you could use whatever you like, really, for that. It's just there's a lot of risk in that. Boy, you'd have to have an awfully strong stomach to swing trade futures. Swing is usually for stocks. Intraday is usually for day trading. Is usually futures. But again, whatever you certainly have access to all of that. This is an E-mini Nasdaq. This is our favorite day trade. It's smooth. It's got nice volatility. It's really the last 2 years have been phenomenal using AbleTrend, but you have to have a lot of discipline and you have to just completely push your emotions aside. You can't trade your emotions. You have to trade the signals. They have been extremely profitable, but it's not for everybody because you have a couple of losses in a row, or and you kind of quit or give up, and I totally understand that. But you just wouldn't be successful if trading your emotions and not the charts. Really choppy beginning today. Yesterday was excellent. You're right, Scott. Yesterday was really good. It was over $1,000 day profit. Just one contract. If you took the AbleTrend signals, I think it was about six signals for the day. It was excellent. Today, break even. Really, and it was because of one super downtrend that we had. Otherwise, it was just a choppy mess. The VIX is like 12 and change. So it's under 14. That means it's going to be pretty much a flat day. But we got stopped out in the beginning over here. Right there. The sweet spots were not in play. The tick chart did not agree on the sweet spot. Um, what the best part of AbleTrend are these no trade zones. This is the best part. It kept us out of this choppy sideways mess. It was just nobody in the world could have made money during that period. I mean, unless you just, you just flipped the coin and got lucky. I mean, anybody could do that. But I mean, that's the best part of AbleTrend. It just keeps us out of this ugly mess. Oh, not all of it, because we had the first 4 trades today were stop outs. I mean, valid trade right there, stop out. Valid short right there, stop. Well, small loss, but still stop out. Stops go previous higher, small red dots. Start to stop. We start off like at the 1 point below the bottom of the entry bar, the triple confirmation bar, but and then it kind of bounced around a little bit, but eventually we were stopped out. I mean, maybe it was about a small loss, but it was a loss. I tell it like it is. Here's another valid triple confirmation buy signal. Lost there too. We got stopped out. However, then it gets good. And for those who might have again let their emotions get in the way, I'll forget it. This isn't going to work. I promise it's not going to stop working after 20 years. Today, because you or I are using it. It doesn't mean we can't have a losing day, because I'll guarantee you they'll be losing trades. That's for sure. But now we're having fun. Now it was good because today was this is the key. You've got to stay in the trades. A lot of people say, I get scared out. I win a little bit of money and I pull out. Well, then you're trading your emotions. You're not trading the charts. There's your triple confirmation short. Stop loss goes 1 point above the top of the red bar. Okay. Again, we had a couple of losing trades there earlier. We got it all back, and then we made some. We had the first 5 trades. We had 4 losers. Now, again, they're small. We have stop losses in place, but they were losing trades. 1 winning trade. We only was one. We only had 1 winner out of 5, and we were positive. Look at this trade here. And then keep moving your stops as the red dots go lower. Like, for example, when the price is there, now your stop is here. Okay, we shorted it at 9,001. Well, let's just call it 9,000. We shorted it at 9,000. We got to stop here at 94. So the worst we're going to do is make 6 points. Okay, now we're watching it. Okay, now the stop is here. Get this. Now the stop's at 90. We shorted it at 9,000. Okay, so we're going to make 10 points, guaranteed. Now I'm looking for 2 greens because, the stop is up here, but geez, the price is 10 points lower. I want to try and lock in some of this. So this is how you manage your risk when you're watching this live. And this is exactly like watching it live. Up 2 greens. Stop goes 1 point above the top of the green bar. So now we got to stop at 85. We're locked in for 15 points. That's $300. Okay, that's the worst we can do is make 300 on this trade. Okay, so now we got our money back from those other 3 losing trades. Look at this. This is beautiful. Up 2 greens. Oh, by the way, our stop would be here now. Second higher, small red dot. 2 greens. Now our stop's at 74. We're guaranteed 26 points. That's $520. Let's just say 500. We're guaranteed 500. This all happened in 30 minutes. Got to catch these trades. Okay, now the stop, well, it's at the same place because the stop would be here. Same thing. I'm looking for 2 greens. Okay, now we move the stop there a little lower. We're at 72. We're guaranteed $560. 2 greens, 1 point above. Now it's at 65, guaranteed 700 per one contract, not 5, not 10, not 20, one contract. That was a $700 winner. Got to catch those. No excuse not to. If you're serious, you're disciplined. If you're real serious about this. I mean, this was a screaming sell, triple confirmation. Put your emotions aside. You got to be like a robot, just like a robot. If you don't think the money doesn't come into place, you got to be like a robot to be successful. And if you can't, then you trade micro lots, where instead of $20 a point, it's $2 a point. So this way you have less of your nerves are less. You're not uptight about it. That's what you do. You trade micro lots, $2 a point. Nobody's going to get hurt that way. And there we go. That's where we're out anyhow. So that was the key to today. If you don't catch that, it's no good. But there's only one, maybe two, huge moves. But the thing is, AbleTrend catches those moves. You have to. How could you win otherwise? This is you can't. You just there's too much chop during a normal market session. Now this was the dead zone, which was actually a small winning trade, but I don't count that. It was the dead zone. Back in here, small winner. The rest of the day was a bunch of nothing. There was a winner at the end of the day, triple confirmation. Not even going to count that. And about a break even right here. So catch that one big winner. It was actually was a good day because that was a $700 winner. So we wound up being positive at least a few $100s for the day. If you're doing if you're trading the signals, doing it following the simple rules, and you're being very disciplined about it. But sometimes easier said than done. But that's how you do it. That's the only way you can. That's the only way you can win. Yep. Okay, I did that for you here. Went over all the signals. Ian is talking about volume. I mean, if you like it, fine, Ian. I've never found it to be consistently helpful in a consistent way. But sweet spots, we use the tick charts. As you can tell, I have a cold. Sorry about that. When you get the like sweet spot, as I talked about, when the price is pulled back up to the red dots, or pulled back down to the blue dots, weren't that many sweet. Oh yeah, there was some sweet spot. There was a sweet spot right in the beginning. This is a sweet spot. Pulls back down to the blue dots. Bar goes from green back to blue. The tick chart did not agree at that time. So the combination of your main 1, 2, 3 chart and tick, I think it works great. It was 939. No, see, tick chart says no trade. We're not going short. We're not going long. We're not doing all in here. That's the same thing here. So we didn't. Those two sweet spots were not in play. We didn't take them. You're welcome, Kay. Do you use the tick chart? Yeah, for the initial buy, you can use the tick chart. Sure, Rick. I mean, it's almost always going to be that way. Think about it. It makes sense. The tick chart is really fast. So if a much faster chart than a 1 minute, if a 1 minute, if everything is set up for buy, well, then the tick chart, which is, let's say, a half a minute, even quicker, well, then that already has to be a buy. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. So the tick chart's got to be there first. That's why I don't take this. That's why these two sweet spots were not in play, even though the 1, 2, 3 chart said, "Hey, sweet spot, we might have a trade here." Tick says, "We're not in it. No go." That was easy. How can I stop chart to go back on live market like you're doing? Tools, options, uncheck this box. Okay. Cheryl is asking about a dark background. Cheryl, you have to ask tech support on that. I do all the trading support, and Eric is in tech support. He does it. He does all the technical stuff. He's much better at it than I am. I do it as I am with all the trading support. All right, I think got to everybody's question. Thanks for being here, everyone. Hope this was helpful, and have a good one.